Hello. Welcome. I have arrived. The late Kohari is the comfiest and the biggest and widow currently looking for components for a home media center. What do you mean by that? You mean like a cinema? Home cinema? Something like that? NAS. Hello Baptiste. Welcome. Cute Baptiste arrived, Lord. Let me turn down the music a little bit more. Damn, why is it still so loud? Right. It's apparently a new album by Game Drops called Zelda Tape 3, the newest one. I thought, why not test it out? Okay, so yesterday we have played a bunch of demos, and there were some really cool ones, and today we continue. And I would say, let's just jump right back in and go through Yeladia's list. I hope Yeladia joins while we play them, because we are kind of out of options. And now we have plenty of options, but I kind of already installed them and don't want to browse since it's so late and we don't have too much time. I will just start right into it and let me prepare some more things. Basically a computer that serves files over the local network. Oh. What kind of components do you need for that? I feel like any computer can already do that. Why do you need a home media center format? Like specifically? Okay, so Steam next first. Oop. Let me go back to my corner. Oop. That's fine, yeah. And then, let's see if there was some movement on the top demos. Still half sword, still might and magic. We maybe leave the top demos for the end of for like Saturday, for the final day and stuff, right? Play the best demos on the last day, when everyone is here on the weekend. It's like still kind of the same. There's a couple demos that I haven't installed yet that look really, really cool. Like Painkiller. I actually never played Doom, by the way. Maybe I should do that as well. Piece of Metal definitely looks like one of the coolest games of all of them. Like the Dynasty Warrior style gameplay in a co-op roguelike. That would be really, really cool. And then Cloudheim looks really cool. I found the game again that I was thinking about, the asynchronous multiplayer game. I think it was called Oak Tower or something. But we will check that out as well. It had a lot of assets in common with Mega Bonk, funnily enough. Probably some kind of free asset thing. And then Kaon. A lot of people are really digging this game. The person we rated yesterday that I randomly thought was playing that, I think it's a roguelike climbing game. That sounds really cool. If it's actually roguelike. It doesn't say that it's roguelike, so maybe not. But I heard that it is. But probably not. Probably not. It's just adventure, right? Exploration, climbing game. Let It Die Inferno. There is so many cool games. I'm surprised how many cool demos there are, to be honest. But let's jump right in, and the first game will be Something suggested by Yiraria that I was a little bit surprised about because Alien Cartographer doesn't even have a video attached, so that might be a very short and interesting game to play. But let's see. Let's see what we have here. I bought a TV and want to use a Raspberry Pi with Recall Box Kodi as replacement for the TV OS, but I need my movies, etc. to be accepted. Oh god, that is so loud. 1 second. No game has ever figured out how to control the volume on startup. Full screen. Highlighting level timer. Show it to me. Tutorial normal, only rules disabled normal. Okay. Recall box Kodi as replacement for the TV OS, but I need my movies, etc. to be accessible to the TV without having a hard drive plugged directly to it. It can also be used for a small website, for example. Oh. Honestly, I am not sure I understand what the point of that is, but I wish you good luck finding components for that. Right, that is Alien Cartographer. Let me switch to the correct scene and show it properly. What? Oh, that's the wrong window. This one. Right. Let's just jump right in. Actually, let's read the rulebook real quick. Welcome to Alien Cartographer. Your task is to explore an alien planet inhabited by various civilizations. And I need to change categories. Don't let me forget that. Actually, I just noticed that I forgot yesterday. Cartographer doesn't exist, so let's do games and demos. Yesterday I completely forgot. The hell? I completely forgot to switch on kick, so we were in just chatting the entire time. That's fine though. Let's put that to games and demos as well. Right, does it have that? Games and demos. Right. Games and demos it is. Let's see. Welcome to Alien Cartographer. Your task is to explore alien planets inhabited by various civilizations and identify both the alien species and the function of each building. In the early levels there is only one blue alien species, so all buildings are already marked blue. Here you only need to determine the function of the buildings. Determine the function. All tiles in a level can be divided in 3 categories. Building tiles. A building tile contains a building and you need to figure out the type of that building. Hint tiles, depending on their type, hint tiles provide clues about the surrounding buildings. Empty tiles, there can never be a building on empty tiles. Okay. All buildings are grouped into villages. Each building always belongs to exactly one village. For the blue alien species, all direct adjacent and connected buildings form a village. You can also select a building at any time to highlight all buildings that, based on your current knowledge, belong to the same village. All directly adjacent tiles are also highlighted with a blue outline. A village always consists of at least 2 buildings. A single building can never form a village on its own. Beep boop! Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Kingle. Thank you. A village consists of at least 2 buildings. Yeah, okay. In all levels with only one alien species, there are always 2 possible building types. Power core. The power core supplies energy to all buildings in the same village. Each village contains exactly 1 power core. And house. Houses provide living space, and there are often multiple houses per village. However, each house must be directly connected to at least one other house. In this level... Wait, in this level... Wait a minute, is this gonna play anyway if I do campaign? Let's just start. Without reading the rulebook, it will be fine, right? Welcome to Alien Cartographer. This game contains many different levels and a mix of Minesweeper and Sudoku with hexagonal. Oh god, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Hexagonal tiles and unique rules. In this short introduction, you can customize your gameplay experience to fit your preferences. Would you like to enable a timer? The timer always shows you how long you have been playing a level. It has no impact on the game and is not saved. You can change your decision at any time, yeah. Let's show that. Why not? Choose your preferred type of tutorial. You can change this anytime in the options. Normal. Campaign. Level 1. Welcome to Alien Cartographer. That is what we already read, right? Yeah. Okay, this is where we were. In this level, the only hint tile is the gold mine. Other types will be introduced in later levels. If a gold mine is located on a tile, there must be at least one power core directly adjacent to it. However, not every power core is necessarily adjacent to a gold mine. Additionally, multiple gold mines can share the same power core. Oh, it's literally Minesweeper. Wait, I think I can be bigger in this one. Let me get a little bit closer. It's like exactly like Minesweeper with like different rules of adjacent tile, and you have to find the correct ones and say what it is. I see. So the mine has to have a power core near it. Multiple gold mines can share the same power core. When you select a building, you can guess its function or color on the right side. However, you should only do this when you're absolutely sure there is no other possibility. If you guess the function or color of a building incorrectly, you will get a mistake. That's the mine. Although I guess it's different because it doesn't explode. You just get a miss whenever you guess wrong instead of opening a field thing, right? And now you know the basics of the game, you're ready to solve the first level. Since there's only a single building tile next to the gold mine, the power core can only be there. Oh, so you can guess the power core first. Now you have already found the power core of this village. Since every village contains exactly one power core, all other buildings in this village must be automatically houses. You can now guess them one by one. Wait, but how do I guess? Oh, I see. So the empty tiles can never have buildings. So this can be the power core, and there's only one power core next to the mine, which means this must be a power core. Which means all of these must be buildings. Because there's only one power core. No, it makes all sense. That should be the first level. You made no mistakes, completed successfully. That's cool. As you may have seen in the previous level, each correctly identified building displays a number that provides additional clues. The meaning of the number depends on the building's function. A number on a power core indicates how many other buildings are in its village. I mean, it's obvious, right? Because there's only one power core. I guess it could be other hives. Wait, is it a hive? Oh, you called gold mine. Other gold mines. A number on a house shows how many other houses are directly connected. Therefore, a blue house with the number 2 means that it is directly adjacent to 2 other houses. Since there are 3 building tiles adjacent to the gold mine, at the bottom, the power core of this village must be one of those tiles. This means the tiles at the top left, right must be houses, since the power core has to be on one of the other 3 tiles. You can solve the rest of the levels using the numbers of the house. Yeah, okay. That is basically giving me the answer in the beginning. So the power core must be next to the gold mine, which means these are houses. And this is 2 houses, so these must be houses as well. And then this is the power core. I see. For this level, it's important to remember that every house must be always adjacent to at least one other house. This allows us to rule out certain tiles for the energy core, as placing it there would isolate a house. Wait, what? Oh, if the power core was here or here, then there can't be two houses here because the house can't be alone. Yeah. Yeah. So this must be the power core. Wait, what? Oh, the power core could be here as well. I'm an idiot. So the power core can't be here and it can't be here. It could be here, but apparently it's not. Why can't it be here? Could I have avoided this mistake? Because these could be houses, right? I guess it could be, like, I need to think differently. If this... Yeah, I need to do it differently because I know that this can be the power core, so I must guess the houses first. And now I know that these are houses as well. Yeah, I made a mistake indeed. Unfortunate. A level can also contain more than one village. Now that there are two villages, each one must have its own energy core. Power core. Keep in mind that the gold mine only indicates that at least one energy core, power core, must be adjacent. Why did it change your energy core? No. But you currently don't know whether it belongs to the left or the right village. It is also possible that both villages have an inner power core directly next to the gold mine. Okay, but the gold mine can only have one power core. So the power core must be here, here, or here. One of them. If it was here, then this house would be wrong, so it can't be here. And it can't be here either, so it must be here. Right? Because if it was here, it would isolate the house as well, so this must be the power core. Which means... Well, this has to be a house anyway. This is a house, this is a house, this is a house. This has two, then this is a house, and this is a power core. Easy. Now use the tactics from the last 4 levels to solve this level. Sure. Wait, do you see the... Oh, you don't see the selection. I guess I go to the left then. Oop. Let me scooch over. It has been a long time since I was on the left of the screen. A long time ago. Alright, so we have 2 mines. So this could have a power core anywhere. Because it doesn't isolate any houses. This can have a power core. There can't be a power core here, otherwise it would be isolating houses, so this has to be a house. And then there can't be a power core here or here. Because they would isolate a house, so these are houses. And then there can't be a power core here. Otherwise this would be isolated. So these... this must be a power core. And this... Wait, what? Can there be multiple power cores? No, this is a house. Because it has 2 houses here. So this is a power core. And then this only has 1 house. This has 2 houses. Which could be either. So... This must be a power core because this one needs 1. So this is a house. So now the big question is this a power core or is this a power core? Wait, this could be a power core too. Wait, what? I can't say for certain. Do I have to miss? Or am I missing something? Oh no, it can't be here. Right, because it has to be adjacent to the gold mine, so this must be a house. And since this only has one house next to it, this must be the power core. Easy. The red alien species works similarly to the blue one. Here a building is not connected to directly adjacent tiles, but instead it is only connected to tiles along the 6 corner diagonals. A building is not connected to directly adjacent tiles. Instead, it is only connected to tiles along the 6 corner-to-corner diagonals. Oh, wait, what? So they connect diagonally? Like this? Oh god, this game is gonna become really complicated. Each tile still has 6 potential connections, but they run diagonally through the corners. Villages are formed based on this logic as well, so 2 red buildings that are directly next to each other are not part of the same village. Oh god, that will get really confusing. Power cores work the same way as with the blue alien species and indicate how many other buildings are in the same village. There's still only 1 energy core per village. Oh, the power cores work the same, so if there was a power core here, it would count for the buildings even if it's not diagonally connected. For red houses, the number now shows how many diagonal adjacent houses there are. Wait, no, it's different. No, it is also connected diagonally, okay. Keep in mind that gold mines still require at least 1 power core to be directly adjacent, regardless of which alien species are present. That's why the gold mine functions the same way as in this level as before. Oh god. Okay, but the villages still have to be connected, right? There still needs to be 2 buildings for reds. Yeah, I think so. So the power core can't be here because it would isolate these 2. No, they are connected anyway. But we can't have 2 power cores because we have 2 gold mines, which means this must be the power core. And then these are villages. Alright, solve 5 levels without making any mistakes. Damn, achievement. Let's go. Okay. So that is not clear here. Because there's diagonal adjacent things. The power core has to be... Because everything is connected, the power core has to be in one of those 3. I feel like I already forgot some kind of rule. I feel like the diagonal connection is kind of difficult because they're always connected. They're always adjacent. So the power core doesn't isolate anything, right? Because even if the power core was here, all of the... Never mind. If the power core was here or here... No. No, they are okay with that. Because there are 2 connected, even if it was here or here. What? If the power core was here, these would all be fine. The power core was... Oh, never mind. It has to be here. Like I already said, which means that these 2 must be houses. And since this one has 3 connected, one of those 2 must be a power core. This one has 2 connected, so this must be a house. And this has 3. 1, 2, 3 or 3. And this has the 3, so it's 1, 2, 3. This must be a house, and then this is the power core. Got it. Okay, this must be a power core, otherwise the mine doesn't have anything. This only has two connections, so these two must be houses. Right? Yeah. And now one of those must be a power core. I think it must be this one, because if it was this one... Wait, no. This is not a village with this one. Yeah, these two are not a village with these two. So these are already done. So the only village left are these 4. So the power core must be here or here because of the gold mine. And because this would isolate the village, it must be here. So it's house, house, and house. Right, 2 gold mines. So they either share a power core, or it's this. So these two... these 4 are a village. And these 3 are a village. Let's start with this village in the center of the diagonal. Which it can't be a power core in the center, because it would isolate the edges. Right. So this must be a house. And then either of those must be a power core. But which one, I'm not sure, because the power core could be here. No, it can't be here, because it would isolate these two. So this must be a house as well. And since this village is a power core, it must be here. Wait. No, it must not. No, it's not guaranteed. The power core could be here. And here. And here. Now, if the power core was here, then this would be a house. Which means this would be a power core. And then this would have to be a power core because of the gold mine, which means we would have 2 power cores in the village. Which I don't think is allowed. Right? But this can be a power core anyway because it would isolate this. So this is a house. And since this is the only way that connects the gold mine, this must be a power core. And then this must be a power core. And then these are houses. Okay, no mistakes. Right, we have 3 gold mines. And all of them are isolated. Damn, this is getting complicated with the villagers. Okay, we have this 5-part village here. And then we have this 3-part village here. And then we have this 3-part village here. So since it's a 3-part village, the power core can't be here. because it would isolate the edges. So it's either here or here. What about the other ones? Nothing really isolates an edge on this village. Nothing isolates an edge on this village. But if this was the power core, then this couldn't be a power core, which means this would be the power core. Oh god. Now I need to think more steps ahead. Is there something easy we can find still? We have to start here somehow, right? Because that's the only hint we have. Power core must be here or here. If it was here, it could not be here or here. But if this was the power core, it couldn't be here, which means this would be a power core. I said these two are power cores. Then these would be houses. And this was a house. And then Jesus. And these, either of these could be a power core still. Bro, there's no way. I have to think this far ahead. I said this was a power core. Then it couldn't be here. And it couldn't be here, which means this had to be a power core. Which makes this a house. And this a house, so these two would be houses. And then these two could still be... Oh god. I need to somehow exclude the power cores somehow, right? If this was one, then all of these would be houses. Which would make this a power core. Which would make these houses. And this a power core, and this a house. And then the rest would be houses, right? Power core. Power core. House, house, house. Power core? Power core. And then everything else is a house. And this would be a power core. That does work, right? No! I don't see it, chat. I don't see it. I don't know what the logic would be. Like, it could be either. What happens if I put a power core here? Like, it's not... Oh, wait, I get it. No, now I regret making that mistake. The thing is, if I put the power core here... We still need 3 power cores for the gold mines. But we can only place 2 more because we only have 3 villages, so there can only be 3 power cores. So this can't be a power core because it's not connected to the 3 gold mines and there's no shared power core between them. So this has to be a house. And then this is the power core. Which means not much, does it? I don't know how that helps, though. I guess he solved one of the villages already. And one of the gold mines, so this has to be a house then. No, does it? Yeah. Alright, yeah, I get it. This has to be a house because the gold mine can only have 1 power core. Which means... Wait, how does that help? Power core needs to be here or here. If it was here, it couldn't be here or here. But it still could be here or here. And if it was here, it couldn't be here or here. But it could still be here, here or here. No, here or here. But it doesn't really matter. How do you do this without mistakes? We still have 2 power cores to place. What about this time? Oh, this can't be a power core either! Because it's not connected anywhere. It's the same logic as before. Because we can only place 2 power cores because we only have 2 villages left and need 2 more. So it can't be here. And this has 2 villages, so these are more... Wait. It is connected to 3. So the power core can't be here. That's why we had the mistake. Oh, we got really unlucky, I think. I guess I don't want to put it on luck anyway. So this has to be a house because... It needs to be one of those 3, otherwise this would have 3 houses. And then... This only has 1 house connected, so it's one of those 2. Which means... Wait, one of those 2. It's one of those 2. Which means it's not this. And then because this has 2 houses, it's not this either, and then the power core is here. Which means the power core must be here. And then this is the house. Holy! That is getting difficult really quickly. One mistake, unfortunate. This level contains villages of both the blue and red species. That means you have to determine not only the function of each building, but also its color. In most cases, it's much easier to figure out the colors first and then identify the type. In every level with multiple alien species, a building can also belong to a 3rd building type. But in this level, you can completely ignore that building type. Oh. In levels with multiple alien species, buildings are always connected based on their own color, but blue buildings connect directly adjacent, while red buildings connect diagonally. Because of the different connections rules, connections can be one-sided. For example, a directly adjacent blue house is connected to a red one, but the red house is not connected to the blue one. Wait, what? Connections can now be one-sided. A directly adjacent blue house is connected to a red one. But the red house is not connected to the blue one. Oh! Since it is not diagonally adjacent. Wait, they can form the same village? Wait, did it say that? Villages of both the blue and red alien species that means you have to determine not only the function of each building but also its color. In most cases, it's must. Yeah. No, it doesn't say. Never says multiple alien types buildings are always connected based on their own color. Blue buildings connected through directly adjacently because of different connection types. One-sided. A blue house is connected to a red one, so they can be connected though. What does it mean? To determine the color of a tile... Wait. Yeah. To determine the color of a tile, you can simply check whether there's another possible tile and could be connected to based on the color's connection rules. Since a building can never form a village on its own, it must be connected to at least one other building. The buildings at the bottom don't have any direct neighbors they could connect to, so they can only be red. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. The middle building at the top, on the other hand, has no diagonal neighbors, so therefore it must be blue. The remaining buildings at the top must also be blue, as no valid village could be formed otherwise. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So... these all must be blue. And these all must be red. Because they are not connected at all with any... And then this must be a power core, because it's the only way to get the minor power core, and then this one must be a power core. And then the rest are houses. What's the third one? Why is it already shown? It did say I can ignore it, but it's already shown. What's the point of that? Level completed successfully. No mistakes. Alright, there's the new building. In this level, each building can now also be a tower. Every tower must be directly connected to the village's energy core, power core, and also to at least one building of a different color. Oh. The towers must be connected to different colors and power cores. Each blue tower must be directly adjacent to its village energy core and a power core, and directly adjacent to a red building. And each red tower must be diagonally adjacent to its village's power core and diagonally adjacent to a blue building. Oh god, this is getting so complicated. Towers can, just like houses, appear multiple times in a village. There can also be villages without towers and villages without houses. But every village must contain an energy core, power core, and at least one house or one tower. But it can't have one house though. A house needs always two. Wait, does the tower count as a house now? So a village a house doesn't have to be with a house. Can a house just have a tower? The number on a tower shows the amount of connected buildings with a different color. Oh, it can have multiple too. As you've already learned, each house must be connected to at least one other house. Oh, there we go. Based on its color. However, this connected house doesn't necessarily have to be the same color. Okay. To determine the color of a tile, you can simply check whether there's another possible tile it could be connected to based on the color's connection rules. Since a building can never form a village on its own, it must be connected to at least one other building. The buildings at the bottom don't have any direct neighbors they could connect to, so they can only be red. The middle building at the top, on the other hand, has no diagonal neighbors and must therefore be blue. The remaining buildings at the top must also be blue, as no valid village could be formed otherwise. The buildings at the bottom don't have any direct neighbors they could connect to, so they can only be red. Wait, that's not true. What? Hey, Flushy. Right, that does make sense. The buildings at the bottom don't have any direct neighbors. That's not true. These are at the bottom. These must be blue. Or they could be blue. The middle building at the top, on the other hand, has no diagonal neighbors. The tutorial is wrong. It shows the wrong image. I think it confused top and bottom. The buildings at the top don't have direct neighbors, so they can only be red. The middle building at the bottom, on the other hand, has no diagonal neighbors. This one. The remaining buildings at the top must also be blue. At the bottom must also be blue, as no valid village could be formed otherwise. Yeah, it confused top and bottom. How does that happen? Or am I the confused one? This one must be blue, right? Because it has no diagonal neighbors, yeah. Yeah, the tutorial is wrong. The tutorial is wrong. Jesus. So this could be blue or red. But what if it was a tower? It could be a red tower. And this could have been a blue tower, no? No, this could have been a red tower, technically. Or it still can be. Oh, but it can only be blue. And this one can only be red. Because if it was a blue tower, it didn't have neighbors. So it could be a red tower, technically. This one can only be red as well. And then this one can... This could be blue or red because it connects diagonally to this one. And this could be blue or red either as well. Jesus. However, because power cores need to be connected to the mines, we know that this has to be a power core and this has to be a power core. So even though we don't know the color, we know it's a power core. Now we know the color. Because it can't have two red power cores, right? So this must be a tower because it's connected to the blue. Right? Wait, how does it work? What if this was a house? Houses are allowed to connect to... Oh, it can't be a house because we only have power cores. There needs to be two houses, so this has to be a tower. And since this is a power core, this has to be a house or a tower, but it's not connected to a red tile, so it must be a house. And then this must be a house, which means it must be blue. Because this one is connected to one house. Houses can't be alone. Oh god. Solve 10 levels without making mistakes. Next level. Things are getting complicated. Okay, this can only be red because it has no blue stuff. This can only be blue. No, it can be both. Because it's connected here. This can only be blue. Because it's not diagonally connected to anything. This can only be blue. Same reason. This could be both and this could be both. This has to be a power core because it's connected to the mine and the mine has no other sources. So this must be a power core, same reason. Wait, what was the number again on the power cores? Is it how many houses? Or how many buildings in general? I think it's buildings in general. Which means that there's only one red building. So there can't be a house. So there are no red houses. There can only be towers. But this is only connected to one, so only one of those can be red. And it must be a red tower. And because the power core is here and it's 2 blues, but can this be a red tower and still count? No, if this was a red tower, it would no longer be connected to the blue houses, right? So this must be a blue house. Which means this must be the red tower. And then this is... What if there's 2 blue towers though? Oh, this can't be a tower. Because it's not diagonally connected. So this must be a house. Which means this must be a house. Jesus, that is Minesweeper on crack. So this must be a power core. That is the best threats to start with, right? The power cores are the easiest. This must be a power core and this must be a power core because the gold mines need a power core. And then this must be red. Because it's not directly adjacent to a tile. This one must be blue because it has no diagonals. This one must be red because it has no adjacents. And it only has 2 buildings. Which means that these 2 can't both be red. One of those must be blue. But it has 2 buildings. Oh, it has 2 buildings. And this one can't be a tower because there's no blue building. So this one must be a house. Which means this one must be a red house. Hello Diablo, welcome. So red house. And this one has 2 houses connected. Wait, so this is also a house. I thought it can't be blue. Why did I think it can't be blue? Oh, it can't be because... Wait, what? Oh... What is this game about? It's about... it's a little bit like Minesweeper and Sudoku. That's how it describes itself. So there's a bunch of rules how things can be connected and you have to figure out which building is which. So like in Minesweeper, when you open something, it shows you how many mines there are around the tile. And then you just figure out based on that what the other tiles are. And here it's like every different building has different rules. Like all the red buildings can only be diagonally connected, and all the blue buildings need to be directly adjacent. And then there's a bunch of other rules, and based on that you figure out what the buildings are. So you have to uncover the type and color of every building. So this house shows a 2, which means it needs 2 adjacent houses. I see is a 3. Yeah, we only play Steam Next Test demos, so everything we play is a demo in the current Steam Next Test. And this one was suggested by Yenadia. Very cool. I didn't expect it would be this cool because there wasn't even a trailer. But that's a really cool idea. So I wonder if the number on the house also works with adjacent blue houses. Because the power core shows a 2, right? Which means that in the entire village, there can only be 2 buildings, 2 red buildings, right? Or am I overthinking this? I thought that's how power cores work. So this would be blue then. Oh, it might be a blue tower. Because that is the only village. Right, I think the number only shows how many buildings are connected in general, regardless of the color. No, it isn't the color. It was? Why is this a 2? What was the power core rule again? Power core supplies energy to all buildings in the same village. Each village contains 1 power core. What about the number? Every power core is necessary. The number on a power core indicates how many other buildings are in its village. A number on the house shows how many other houses are directly connected. A blue house with a number 2 means there are 2 adjacent to other 2 houses. But what about colors? So it says how many... Wait, how many what? Oh god, it's so confusing. How many other buildings are in its village? So I guess it has to be... The adjacent ones aren't a village, but they count as houses technically, so... This is the last building in this village. Wait, no. It's not... Oh... The power core number only counts the colors. But the house number counts any house. So one of those can be a house, but it doesn't have to be a blue house. Or it doesn't have to be a red house. But that also means this one has to be a tower, because if it was a house... It couldn't... Wait, what? Does it have to be a tower? I think it does, because it's connected to the red house. Yeah, otherwise it couldn't be in the village, which it is. Wait, no! It's not! It definitely can't be a power core. Oh! Wait. Right, if it was a tower, it would be part of the village. And then this number 2 would be wrong. So it can only be a blue house. Because it can't be a power core because of this. Wait, it could be a... If this power core is red, it could be. Then this would have to be a red tower. But now that I made the mistake, I know this is a house, but how would I usually go about this? This one needs another house, so this must be a house or this must be a house. If this was a blue house, then this would have been a blue house. But do I know that this is a blue or red? Let's play it through. If this was red, then this would be a blue tower. Jesus Christ. You know what would fix this? Nationalized housing. If this was a blue power core, this would be a red tower. Wait. If these... These can only be blue houses, no? We know they are blue. No, this could also be a blue house. If this was a blue house, then one of these would need to be a power core. And then this would be a red power core. So and then this wouldn't be a blue house. Oh god, that is so confusing. I feel like I missed a rule regarding the towers. I have a feeling that these are blue houses, right? And this is just a blue core. And then that's a red tower. No, that can't be a red tower because it wouldn't be part of the village. Wait, what? So what is this? A blue house? Is it just 3 blue houses? And a blue... But this can't be a... This one still needs... Wait, what was the number on the house again? It's how many houses are connected, right? Number. Number on a house shows how many other houses are directly connected. So one of these two has to be a house. And there can't be any red houses. So either of those needs to be a blue house, and only one of them can be a blue house. Can this even be red? If this was a red tower, it could be a red tower, right? Because it would be connected to... No! Wait. What was the red tower route again? Each red tower must be diagonally adjacent to its village's energy core. Oh, I forgot about that. Every tower needs an energy core. So... Wait, but it is. This could be a red energy core. And then this would be a red tower. But then the blue village wouldn't have an energy core. Because they can't... No, this could be a blue tower. So, this could be an energy core. A blue energy core with a blue tower because it's connected to a red house. And then this would be a red tower with a red energy core. Oh, and then there would be no house. Oh, so this must be a blue energy core. And then this is a red tower, and these two are houses. Never mind. Wait, is it a blue tower? Oh, it's a blue tower! It's a blue tower! Because the blue tower connects to this house. Wait, what? It's not a blue tower. That is a blue tower. No, it's not connected. Wait, what? Oh, this is the blue tower. But I already tested that. Right. Because the blue tower is not connected to this red house. Because the blue tower must be adjacent to a red house, right? So this has to be the blue tower. Okay, I think I figured it out. I was thinking that the tower has to be diagonally connected, but only the red tower needs to be diagonally connected to a blue house. And then these two houses. Oh, Jesus. But how do you figure that out? So we had the red and red energy core with the blue energy core, right? No. We didn't know this was blue. So we started with energy core, and then red. And because this needs a red energy core, this would be red, right? Because there can't be a second one. And then we knew this was a house, because there is no blue house, so it can't be a tower. And then this needs to be a house, because we have a house. So what is the logic? This can't be a red house, because this one has a 2. Right, because in the entire village, which is only diagonal, this one has a 2, so this can only be blue. And then what building would it be? It can't. So why can't it be a power core? There's a second power core, but that doesn't matter. Because that could be red with a red tower. If these two were red with a red tower, that would be its own village. Which would make this another power core with another tower. Which can't be the case, because then we wouldn't have a house for this. So this can't be its own village. Which makes this a blue energy core. Because you can't have a second energy core without a blue tower. So this has to be blue. That's how we figured it out, right? And then we know that this one needs a house. So one of those two has to be a house, but not both. Which automatically makes this a house, because we need 2 houses. So how do we know which of those two is the tower? We know only one can be a house, and we know we can't. Wait, can we still have a red tower? No, because then we have no energy core. So we know both of those have to be blue. Right? Because the only way for something to be red is the tower. So both need to be blue. And we can only have one house and one tower. How? How do we know which one? It could be either. Wait, this already says that we have 3 blue buildings. So I already knew that these two are blue based on this alone. Otherwise it wouldn't be a village. Right? Is it how it works? The tower... Oh, I know. The tower needs to be connected to the power core. That's why this is the tower. Okay, I got it. With them. So, next level. Now it's more difficult because we don't have a starting point with the... Actually, we do. So the gold mine needs 1 power core and it only has 2 fields. So one of those 2 has to be a power core. If this was a power core... Hello, Jexy. Welcome. So if this was a power core, then this building would stand alone. If it was a house, so it can't be a house if it stands alone. It could be a tower. But if it was a tower, it needs a blue and a red building, and it doesn't have any red buildings. Which means this can only be blue. And it can't be a tower because there's no diagonal. So this can't be a power core. This can't be a power core, which means this has to be a power core, otherwise the gold mine doesn't have a power core. And since this is a village of 3, so the 3 means it has 3 blue buildings attached to the power core. So this has to be blue. And then this has to be blue, unless this could be a blue tower. Never mind, it can't. Blue towers need to be connected. This could be a blue tower or a house. Tower or house. If it was a tower, it needed a red building, which could be this one. Also, this can only be red because it has no adjacent tiles. So this could be a red power core or a house, but no tower. It can't be a tower because it has no adjacent blue house. Actually, no, it could be. It could be a tower because red towers connect diagonally. So this could be a tower. But one thing is certain. This is blue. Because this needs a village of 3. Or 3 additional buildings. So this has to be blue. And this can't be a blue tower because blue towers don't connect diagonally. Wait, is it one directional? If this was a house, could this be a tower? Or does the blue tower need to be adjacent to a red house? Each blue tower must be directly adjacent to its village energy core and directly adjacent to a red building. Okay. So this can't be a tower and it can't be an energy core because you already have one, so this is a blue house. This blue house only has 1 building, only 1 house attached, and so this has to be a house because houses can't stand alone. This house apparently has 4 houses attached, but because this village only has 3 buildings, 2 of those houses need to be red. So there can only be 1 blue house. Which means we don't have blue towers. No, that's not true. We could have a blue tower and 3 red houses. These could all be all be red, technically. Except they can't, because this can't be a red house, because it has no diagonals. So this can't be red at all. This can't be red either. No, this could be a red tower. So, because this says 3, and this doesn't have any... No, this could still be a blue tower. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait. This is a blue house. House numbers mean there's 4 houses, so all of these need to be houses. Regardless of color, otherwise this wouldn't be 4. And since this is 5, everything needs to be a house. One, two, three, four, 5. So this village is complete. Which means all of these need to be red. Otherwise this wouldn't be 3, right? Yeah, so all of these are red. And it's a 2-house village, which makes this a tower. No, this is an energy core, actually. Wait, doesn't every village need an energy core? Power core, I mean. Yeah, so both of those are energy cores. Got it. Damn, this game is cool! Right, this is an energy core because gold mines need energy cores. And it has no diagonal, so it must be blue. It has a 2, so it must have 2 adjacent blue, so both of these need to be blue. And then... if one of those is a house, both need to be houses, because houses can't stand alone. This could be a blue tower. But then this wouldn't... if this was a blue tower, this couldn't be a house, because houses can't stand alone. And blue towers need to be next to energy cores. And all of these need to be red, otherwise they would be part of the village. Which means these are houses. And because this has a 4, all of these are houses as well. This only has 1 house connected, which means this is a red house. No, never mind. This counts as a house, but not for the red. Never mind. Reds don't connect adjacent, they only connect diagonal. So the only way this is a 1 is if this is a red house. Which means this is a red power core, because they don't have anything else connected. Now this village is complete, and these need a power core still to be either this or this. This one is not connected to anything diagonally, except the blue house. Which makes it... now it's only connected if it's red. So because this is not red, it has no diagonal connections to red. Which makes it a blue tower? Wait. It has no connections other than a blue house, which makes it a red tower. No, it can't, because there's no power core. So it can't be red, right? Yeah. because there's no power core connected. So if this is blue, it could be... Wait, if this is blue, it means we have a blue village. So we need at least a tower, at least another power core for the blue village. If this was a tower, we could have the power core here or here. If it was a house, we needed another house, which means we wouldn't have a tower. Oh, one of those needs to be a red power core. Wait, this one has the 3 connected, so these are both red houses. Never mind, I always forget about the connections. Yeah, this is the house, the blue house. It's connected to the blue house, which is 1, 2, and then either this or this. So one of those is a house, and one of those is a power core. What? How can this be blue then? If both of those are red. One, 2, 3. Oh, it always has a 3. I forget the blue house. No, it doesn't count. Oh god damn it, this is so complex. No, this has to be... This house does not count for this number. This needs 3 red No, this needs 3 houses diagonally connected. And it already has 2. So one of those need to be a house. But it could be a blue house. And one of them needs to be a red power core. Wait a minute. What if this is a red power core? Would it be connected to this? No, right? Because the gold mine only counts directly adjacent ones. Okay, I think we need to go with the numbers. So this only has 1 house connected, which means none of these can be blue houses. So this can't be a blue house. But it could be either a tower or a power core. If it was a power core, it still needed a blue tower, which would make this... Wait, 1, 2... No, one of those is a house and one of those is a power core, so none of those can be a tower. And if this was a power core, it would need at least 1 building. So one of those would have to be a tower. Because there can't be houses. If there were houses, both of them... Houses can stand alone. And there's no other blue house. So if this was a power core, these could only be towers. But we can't have a tower because one of them is a house and one of them is a power core. So this can't be a power core. And it can't be a... Oh, it could be a house. Wait, can it? I don't think it can. If it was a house, there would be another house. But houses would need a blue power core, and we only have place for a red power core. Wait, could we have a blue... Yeah, if we had a blue power core and a red power core, then we couldn't have 2 houses, so it can't be a house, it must be a tower. Wait, what? Wait, didn't I already exclude a tower? If it was a tower, then one of those needs to be a power core. Oh, wait. What was the... If this was a tower, one of those would need to be a power core. Does the power core... Can the blue tower... No, the blue tower needs a blue power core. It can't be a red power core, I'm pretty sure. And since we can't place a blue power core, it can't be a tower. And it can't be a house, so it must be a power core. Oh, I think I thought it correctly, and then I choose the tower instead of the power core because I'm an idiot. I already excluded the power core. That mistake was very unnecessary. So it must be a power core because we already excluded both the tower and the house. Because if it was a house, there would need to be another house, and we don't have place for another house and a power core. And if it was, yeah, so it can't be a house, and if it was a tower, it would need a power core, but we can only place a blue power core, so it must be a blue power core. Which means that one of those is a blue tower, and one of those is a red power core. Tower, huh? Blue tower. But which one? Wait, how? 1, 2, 3. One of them must be a red house. How can this be a sole power core? Wait, does a power core not need any other buildings? Oh god, I'm so confused. Don't both of these need to be red? Wait, is it attached buildings or attached houses? Number on a house shows how many other houses are directly connected. 1, 2... 3. Does the blue house count after all? No, it's a one-directional connection. From the blue to the red, not from the red to the blue. So 1, 2... This one has 2. 1, 2. This one has 3. 1, 2, and then 3 or 3. One of those. So one of those has to be a house. And it can't be a blue house. Because this would be 2. No, it can't be a blue house. But these still need a power core. It's impossible. What? It needs a house and a power core. But this one needs a tower. Help! Someone help! This can only have one house, which it already has. This needs 3, so one needs to be a house. And one needs to be a power core because they don't have a power core yet. House and power core, so why is this a 1? Do towers count as houses? I don't think they do. Every tower must be directly connected to the village's energy core and also to at least one building of a different color. Yeah. The number on a tower shows the amount of connected buildings with a different color. Oh. But the tower shows only different colored buildings. Depending on the type, hint towers provide gold mines has at least must be at least one power core directly adjacent. Not every power core is necessarily adjacent to a gold mine. Multiple gold mines can share the same power core. Brew house with a number 2 means it is directly adjacent to 2 other houses. Wait, a gold mine can have multiple power cores? How did I solve the other puzzles if that is the case? Must be at least one power core directly adjacent. Oh. They could have multiple. Oh, but every village has only one, right? Power core supplies energy to all buildings in the same village. Each village contains exactly one. Yeah, no. That makes no sense at all. There has to be one house in that village. No, there has to be one house in the red village. I think it's wrong. I think the game is wrong. The game is wrong. Because this power core can't have a village. Wait a minute. Yeah, the power core shows how many other buildings there are. The number on the power core indicates how many other buildings are in the village. So there must be another blue in this village. But there can't be, because it needs to be a house or power core. But can it be? No, and there can't be multiple power cores in the village. So it can't be a house, it can only be a tower. But if it is the tower, then the red village is wrong. Bro. There's no way that it's just a wrong puzzle. Let's pretend for a moment that this number here says 2. Then we could have a tower and a power core. But which one would it be? A tower needs to be connected to the power core and a red building. So it could be either. The power core needs to be What if it's a red tower? Can't be a red tower. Because a red tower needs some. Actually, it could be. If it was a red tower, it would have to be here. And then this would be the power core. But then this power core would be wrong. I don't get it. Maybe this can't be a power core because of the... Or no, it can't. It doesn't matter, no. One of those has to be blue based on this power core. That would make it a blue tower. Whatever, let's just guess. That's wrong. So this is not red. Which makes it a blue tower. A blue house? Wait, what? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I figured it out. I didn't know where I should have known. I thought that every house needs to have another house of the same color in the same village. But that's not true. Houses can have connections to other houses in other colors. So a house can stand alone if it's connected to another color's house. So this blue house is connected to this red house, so it doesn't stand alone. That was the mistake that I made. So I was thinking on wrong assumptions. So that's the power quantum. Okay. But let me restart it real quick because I wanna know. So these were all houses because of the 4. And then they need to be red because of the 2. And then this needs another house, which is a red house here. This needs a power core, which is a red power core. And then we figured out that this is a blue power core. So now that we know that, we know there must be a blue house. So it can't be here because there's no red house here. So it has to be this. Now it all makes sense. Oh god. Okay. Jesus Christ. Alright, we need a power core for this building, which means this is a power core. And this needs a power core here or here, and this needs a power core here, here, or here. Is it blue or red? It has no red connections, so it must be blue. It has 2 more buildings. And beep boop, thank you testimony for the follow on kick. It has 2 more buildings in the village, which makes... Which means either these 2 have to be blue or these 2 have to be blue. If these 2 were blue, then this couldn't be red because it stands alone. So these 2 must be blue. Which makes this red, because otherwise this would have a 3. Oops. I clicked the wrong button, but that makes sense because... Yeah, we would have figured that out anyway. This is red, and this needs to be a power core, because these 2 can't be a power core because you already have one. Which makes this the only tile that can have a power core on the mine. So these 2 need to be either towers or houses. This can't... They could both be towers. Which I find unlikely. No, they can't be... this one needs to be... has 2 connections, which means this and this have to be red. Since those two are red... this could also be red, technically, because it has diagonals here. And these two can be red as well. What about this one? Could either be 2 houses or 2 towers. What about this one? This could be red or blue. This could be red or blue. This could be red or blue. And this could also be red or blue. I assume that all 4 of those are houses. But there could be 2 towers in the same village, right? So if this is red, then this could be a blue tower and this could be a blue tower as well. Because it's connected to a red. Never mind. This can't be a blue tower. Because blue towers are only adjacent, can only be adjacent to reds. Because it's one directional connection from red to blue. And the blue tower doesn't count on the diagonal. So this has to be a house. And this says it has another house, which makes this a house. So either of those is a power core. This already has a power core, so these two can't be power cores. They are either towers or houses. Because red towers connect diagonally, and this doesn't have any diagonal connections to blue houses. This has to be a house. Which makes this a house. And then... we still need a power core on these. And these two... Wait, what if this is a blue village? It could be. It could also be 2 red villages. Either 1 blue village or 2 red villages. How do I know? If it was 2 red villages, there would need to be 2 power cores. Which could be. There's nothing stopping it from being 2 power cores. It would just be 1 here, 1 here, or 1 here, 1 here. Hello, Gilaudia. I am fine today. It was pretty tiring with some bureaucracy stuff again and some paperwork. But now we're here, so I'm fine. We're currently playing the first game still. And we're almost 2 hours in. A very cool puzzle that you suggested. It is the alien cartographer. It's like Minesweeper with Sudoku elements, kind of. A very complicated Minesweeper. Okay. What if both of those are power cores? It could be. How would I know if it's blue or red? Oh. These are my clues. This one only has 1 house. Well, never mind, these are not clues because even if all of these were houses, they wouldn't count for this one because it only connects diagonally. And the same goes for this one. Which means this is literally no information. Yet, it's only information if these are blue. But they could all be red. That is mysterious. Oh, I know what we have to do. If this is a red village, then we need a power core in both villages, which does not leave much room. Because it means that either one of the houses in the red village needs to be connected to a blue house, which can only be this one. If this is a power core. And the other one needs to be a tower. Because we need at least 2 houses and there's no other connection. Which means if there was a tower here, in either of those, there would need to be a blue building connected to the tower. Oh, there can't be a tower in either of those, because a tower needs at least 2 connections. But it could be a red tower, you know, red tower with a... Wait, this could be a tower or a house, if this is a power core. But this one will be the key, because this one doesn't have any connections. So these two... Because if this is a red village, there can only be a red village here as well. And if these two are a red village, they would need a third building, because we need at least a power core. And then if it's a tower, it needs a blue building, and if it's a house, it needs a house, either blue or red. But there are only 2 buildings, so this can't be a village. So basically a village is at least 3 buildings. So this can't be a red village. So it must be blue. Right. Wait, do both have to be blue? I definitely know it can't be a red village. But it doesn't mean that it can't be red at all, right? Actually, it does. It does. It has to be blue. This could still be a red village. Technically. But not anymore. Because if these two are blue, they need a connection. Which can only be this, so this has to be blue as well. Now can this be red? No, because it has no connection to a red power core. So this is blue as well. So this can't be a power core because then the house would stand alone. No, that's not true. We already figured out that this could be a house that is connected to those houses. So that logic no longer works. Damn, this game got really complicated really quickly. So if this was a power core, then we could just put houses everywhere, right? This could be a power core, this could be a power core. Oh, only these two can be power cores. We can only have 1 power core per village. And the mine needs a power core, which means the power core is either here or here. So we know for a fact that none of these two are power cores. So these are either towers or houses. The tower needs to be connected to a power core, so the only one that can be a tower is this one. If this one is the power core. And then this would also be a tower, because it can't be a house. Oh, it can be a house, because of this house. Because the blue house needs to be connected to another house. Which can only be this one in this case. So if this is a power core, this could be a tower or a house. This could be a tower or a house. And this could be a tower or a house. Technically, they could all be towers. They could also all be houses. But can there only be 1 tower? There could be multiple towers, right? Each building can also be a tower. Every tower must be directly connected to a village's energy core and also to at least 1 building of a different color. Each blue tower must be directly adjacent to its village's energy core, directly adjacent to a red building. Towers can, just like houses, appear multiple times in a village. There can also be villages without towers and villages without houses. Every village must contain an energy core and at least 1 house or 1 tower. The number of a tower shows the amount of connected buildings. So it could all be towers. How do I know? I know that the energy core has to be here, so these has to be either towers or houses, but how do I know they are not just both houses? Or both towers? Or one house and one tower? Oh, I know! I know! Because if we assume that there's a house... No, if we are assuming that there is a tower in the village... Or rather, okay, if one or both of those would be a tower, they would have to be connected to a power core. So this is the only building that can be a tower, which makes this a house, 100%. Alright, solved it. Because now we have a 3 here, which is 1, 2, 3. This needs to be a house. 1, 2, 3, another house, and then we have a power core here. Easy. Not easy, but we did it. Let's go. Alright, now we have 3 marines. And both of them have options for power cores. This can't be blue. It has to be red because there's no adjacent tiles. And because there's no other connections and a village needs at least 3 buildings, this has to be red as well. And there's, again, no other connection other than this one, which makes this red as well. Actually, wait. I made another mistake because of the thing we figured out earlier. Villages can have 2 buildings if one of the buildings... Because they could connect to a building of another color, right? So if it's one power core and one building, one house, it could be connected to a blue house. And that would make a 2 building village. So it can have 2. We are not sure that there is a 3rd one. But one of those has to be a power core. That we know for a fact. And then one of those has to be a power core. Alright, let's figure the next step out. This could be red or blue because there's a red connection and blue connections. This could be red or blue. 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 This can only be blue because there's no diagonal connections. This one could be either, and this one could be either as well. That one is difficult, I think. So if this is blue, one of those has to be blue as well. Not all of them though. Wait, if this was red... Wait, if this was red... Then this couldn't be blue. If this was blue... Wait, it doesn't matter, they could both be red. I think the left red is power core because it doesn't have adjacent house if the other one is a core. Oh, hello each 10. Yeah, that is the line of thinking that we usually have, right? Because if this is a power core, then both of those are isolated. That is correct. So this is a power core. And then there's only one building in this village, which makes this a house or a tower. If it is a tower, then this would be blue. If it was a house, then... Oh, if it was a house, then this would need to be a house as well. But it could be a blue house. Oh, this has to be blue, because there's only one connected, right? So this can't be red. So... if this is blue, this has to be a power core. Well, it already had to be a power core because this can't be another power core. So this has to be 1. 4! What do you mean 4? How can it be 4? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so all of those have to be blue. And then... that could still be a house or a tower. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the only one that could be a tower of all of these could be this one, because towers always need to be connected to the power core of the city. So if this was a tower... doesn't it mean that these are all houses? Yeah, all of these have to be houses. Because there can't be towers and there can't be power cores, because there's only one power core per village. And the tower needs to be connected. Raisin, and I'm out again. Good luck, fish. Hello, Nom Nom. Hello, and bye, Nom Nom. Are we doing some auto? Thank you. Alright. So this has 2 houses, so this must also be a house. Right, that's another village done. 2 houses, 2 houses, 3 houses. 1, 2, 3, this must be a house. We don't know if it's a blue or a red house though. But we know that this is not a house. Actually we do, both of these need to be red. Because otherwise it would not be a 4 on the power core. So... this can't be a house. Because there's only 2 houses connected to this. Which it already has. So this is either a tower or a power core. If it was a power core, then this couldn't be a power core because it's a 2 building village, which means this must be a power core. This already must be a power core because there's no other power core on this moraine. So that's a power core, which makes this a tower. Or it could be a house, it could be a house. Because it would be connected to this, and the tower would be connected to this as well. So it could be a house, but this is definitely red. So this could still be a tower or a house. And this one needs to be... wait, why is this a 1? Oh, this must be a power core for this house here. So a red power core. Bottom middle red is tower. If it is a house, it doesn't have adjacent house. Bottom middle red is tower. Yeah, because there's no house. That is correct. And this is a house or a tower. It can't be a house. And it can't be a power core, so it is also a tower. Easy. Right. A bunch of mines this time, so we need at least 3 power cores. They could share one, and they could share one. This one can only have a power core here. And this power core needs some kind of village somewhere. Could be multiple, could be red, could be blue. This one can only be blue, because there's no diagonal connections. This one can only be blue, because there's no diagonal connections. This one could be either. This one can only be... This could be either as well. This could be either, this could be either, and this could be either. For now. So this doesn't have to be blue or red yet, because these two could also be a power core. And then this would be a red one, right? This can't be a power core because it was isolate this. And it can't be a tower, so it must be a house. Right? Got it. No! Wait a minute. If this was a tower, it wouldn't have a diagonal. Oh, the blue tower doesn't have to... God damn it, the blue tower doesn't need a diagonal connection. So it can be a tower, and then it is a tower, but I don't want to use the mistake as a clue. It could be a house or a tower. And then this one could be a house. Wait, if it was a tower... Like this... Wait... This one is a house or a tower. Or a power core. It can only be a tower if this is red. And then this would have to be an energy core. But that is valid. That could be a red energy core, a blue energy core, and a blue tower. Right? Then this is just a red village. Why can't this be a house? Could be. I mean, I already made the mistake, but... It can still be both tower or energy core. If this was a blue energy core... Then this would be a house. If it was a red energy core, this would be a tower. If it's a red energy core, then this is a red... Something red. Left blue cannot be a house, it can only be a tower or an energy core. Left blue... Wait, you mean this? Cannot be a house, it can only be a tower or Oh, the right one. There, that's what I said. Cannot be a house, it can only be a tower or energy core. Wait, is it what I said? Wait a minute. Why can't it be a house? They could both be houses. Technically. I mean, now it can't be because I already know that this is not a house because of the mistake. But without the mistake, it could still be both a house, right? I want to solve it in the correct way without the mistakes without using mistakes as a hint. The gold mine top can't have an energy core. If this is a house, then this is a house. Oh, then this doesn't have an energy core. True. So this can only be tower or energy core. So this is... also a tower or an energy core. But there could still be another house here, so this could technically still be a house. So if this is an energy core, it means that there's another energy core here. There can't be an energy core here. But there can be if this is blue. If there is an energy core here, then we can't have an energy core here. If there's a tower here, then this has to be red, which also means there can't be an energy core here. So there can't be an energy core here. Right? Wait, there can't be a tower, and there can't be an energy core. So this must be a blue energy core, because if there wasn't a tower here, then this energy core is red, which makes this an invalid energy core. Okay, wait, I need to think this through. Can there be two energy core in a village? No, there can only be one. There is always one, exactly one. If not, I think the bottom one is red. If this is a red energy core, and this is a tower, then there can't be an energy core here, which means there's an energy core here. If there is an energy core here... Oh god, I had a line of thinking. Wait, let me think this through again. So if there's a tower here, then this must be red, which makes this an energy core. Otherwise this doesn't have one. And there can't be another energy core here. Because... wait, what? I feel like I was onto something and now I forgot. So since we already know that this is a power core or tower, we just go through it again. So if it's a tower, that means this must be red, and this must be an energy core. If it was an energy core, then this must also be red, because there can't be two blue energy cores. But if this is red and this is an energy core, then the next energy core, since this already has one, and this can't be another one. Oh, I was thinking this must be an energy core then, but there could be one up here for this mine. So it could still be both. So an energy core would mean that this is red. which makes this not an energy core. And then it has to be here or here. This can definitely not be a red energy core unless this is blue. Jesus Christ. If a village cannot have 2 energy core, then bottom energy core is red. If this was a blue energy core, then none of those can be an energy core. You are correct, this has to be red. Because otherwise this mine doesn't have an energy core. And if this is an energy core, so it's one of those is an energy. Wait, no, this could still be. No, this has to be red now because there's a red energy core. So there can't be a house here because there's no house. Actually, this could be a house. And then these two would be energy cores. No, wait. So one of those two is blue and one of those two is red, that's for sure, because this only has 2 buildings in the village. Wait, did we get another hint with this? No. It is still either blue or red. Bottom right is blue. Bottom right blue is energy core. Is why? Either could be an energy core, right? If this could be an energy core as well. And then this would be a tower. If this is an energy core, could be a house or a tower. Left mine has energy core on top because otherwise there would be 2 energy core in the red village. That is correct. Because it can only be here or here for this mine. If it was here, there would be 2 energy cores. Yeah. And then this would be... Yeah, it has to be an energy core here. But why is this an energy core? Why do you think this has to be the energy core? Because it could be either. The rules are really cool here. Very minesweepery. Like, there's no reason this can't be an energy core, right? We know for sure that there are no houses. Wait, no, we don't know for sure. The village has only 1 tower and the energy core. Yeah, but that is allowed. That is allowed, but it is not necessary. Like, it could be energy core here and tower here. Then this tower would have the energy core and the red energy core. It would be connected to a blue and red building. And it would be connected to an energy core. That is allowed. And if this is the energy core, it could be a tower or a house. Still. So it could be either. They don't matter at all. Unless this is a house. If this is a house, then probably this has to be a house as well. But we'll see. This could be a house or a tower. If one of those is blue, which we already know, one of those is blue. So this can still be a tower. If this is a tower, we know that this has no houses. But we don't know. This could be a house as well. We can finish the rest as Hilaria said that left gold mine top is blue. That's not what Hilaria said. Hilaria said it's a power core. We don't know if it's blue or red. It could be red. Why do you think it's blue? Oh! Wait a minute. If it was red... Oh, it can't be red. Actually, it can't be red, because there's only 2 buildings, and this one doesn't connect to any houses. So it can't be a house, and it can't be a tower, so it has to be blue. And since it has a 2, both of those need to be blue. Which makes this red. And then this could be a tower, but this can't be a tower because it's not connected to the energy core, which makes this a house, which makes both of these houses, which makes this a house. No, never mind. This has only one house, which is the blue house, so this has to be a tower. Which makes this the energy core. Because we need the energy cores for both mines. So you were incorrect, this was not the energy core, it is the tower. Right, one mistake, unfortunate. Oh, these are all red already, no blues. What the hell? Oh my god. This is probably the last level in the demo. I'm surprised you can do that many levels in the demo already. Okay. Oh god. Right, everything is red. Do we already know what the villages are? They are already marked. Right. There. So this can't be a power core, because otherwise this would be isolated. We don't have any towers. So this can't... Wait, that is easy, right? We don't have towers and we don't have blues. So this can't be an energy core. Because it would isolate the house. And this can't be an energy core because it would isolate the house. But isn't it easy? There. That's one village done. It's so much easier if you only have one color, right? Because everything works the same. Like, there can't be a power core here, there can't be one here. And then it's just... What's going on? Why does the game get easier? It's all the same logic. This can't be a power core because it would isolate the house. Okay, now it gets tricky. Never mind, we still have this village. But this can't be a power core. Because it would isolate the houses. Which makes both of those... No, one of those is a power core, which is this one because this doesn't have any, so this is a house. And then... now it gets tricky. I think we need to work around the mines. So either of those could be a power core. If one of those is a power core, then all the others are houses. If this is a power core, this can't be a power core. Otherwise the mine doesn't have one, so this must be a house. And it has two houses, which makes both of those houses. Which makes this the power core. The leftmost right is house. The leftmost right. You mean this? Leftmost right. What? I think this is the tricky one. I meant the last right house. You already marked. Okay, yeah. Because the power core logic, right? Okay, so now it gets tricky because we don't have a mine. And there's no logic where we could figure anything out. If this is a power core, all of these are houses. If this is a power core, all of these are houses. If this is a power core, all of these are houses. And if this is a power core, all of these are houses, which means this can't be the power core. Because this would have too many houses. And now we know these two are the houses. That was like the easiest one. What's happening? Oh, there's still more levels. What the hell? How long is this demo? The market is now introduced as a new type of hint tile. Oh my god. The market is always located on a line between two towers of different colors. There can be other tiles between these towers in addition to the market, but no other building tiles. There can be other tiles between these towers in addition to the market, but no other buildings. The market is located on a line between two towers. Can it be diagonal? There can only... no, I think it's only adjacent. Yeah, it shows the... it can't be Z diagonals, it can only be blue diagonals. Or blue adjacents. There can be other tiles between these towers. In addition to the markets. But no other building tiles. Oh, so it can be connected to this with an empty tile between, as long as it forms a line with the other towers. Oh, there can be additional towers that are not part of this rule. Two towers can also count for multiple markets. Oh my god. Alright, this can only be red. This can only be red because it has no adjacent blue tiles. This can only be red because it has no adjacent blue tiles. This can only be red because it has no adjacent blue tiles. This can only be red as well. And then this could be either. This can only be blue. And this can be either. These two can be either. This needs to be a power core. Because of the mine. Two buildings. These could... wait, this is not connected to this. So this can't be... This could be a house or a tower if this is a blue house. Wait, no, it's 2. So both of those need to be red. Which makes... both of those... They could either be houses... Either both... No. This can only be... This can only be a house. Because it can't be a tower because it needs to be connected to the power core. And the house is only connected to one house. Which could be the blue. No, it can't be the blue because red house is only connected diagonally. So this has to be a house. Alright. So, because the market needs 2 towers, these 2 have to be towers. And this needs a power core, so this is a blue power core. And this needs a power core, so this is a red power core. Alright, now it gets fancy. So it could be these 2 towers or these 2 towers. This can only be blue. Because there's no diagonals. This could be blue or red. This could be blue or red. This could be blue or red. This could be both. This could be only blue. This could be either. So since this is blue, it needs at least 1 more blue. And these blues can't be towers. If this is an energy core. Wait, what? No. This is blue. So if this is blue, it can't be a tower because there's no red. And this can't be a tower either because there's no red. Wait, now this could be a red tower. It probably is, actually. But it can't be a blue tower. And this can't be a blue tower. It also can't be a red tower, so this is not a tower. Which means the market can't be on these 2 towers, which makes these 2 towers. Which makes this a red tower. There's only one... There's one red building. So... if this is red, then this would need to be the energy core. If this is red, this can't... Wait, there's only one red building, so this can't be red. Because if this is red, this is also red. So this has to be blue. Which makes this red. And because this is red, this needs to be red as well. Which makes this an energy core. Because it needs... the tower needs an energy core. So... since this is blue... and there's no other blue buildings, this must also be blue. Since this only has one blue connection, this must be red. Since this is only one village, this must be an energy core. Hello, puzzle. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We have a really, really cool puzzle on our hands here as well. Very complicated, many rules. Yeah, it was pretty hard so far. Some of the puzzles were really hard. There's not just a lot of rules that you have to learn before you can get going. Hard like a puzzle, yep. It is hard like a puzzle. Okay, so we have 2 blue buildings here. One of them must be an energy core because every village needs a energy core. And since every house needs a second house, there can be no houses in this village. Which means there's another tower in this village. So it's a tower and an energy core. But where? How would I even know that? There's like no more hints. What about those 2? They have the same structure, so they also need to be tower and energy core. Did I miss a rule on the market? I feel like there's no way to know. The market is always located on a line between 2 towers. There can be other tiles between these towers in addition to the market, but no buildings. There can be additional towers that are not part of this rule. 2 towers can also come from multiple markets. How would I know which is the energy core? There's no way to know. Wait, there is! Towers need blue buildings. Oh, the tower needs a red building. This is the tower, obviously, and this is the energy core. Jesus Christ. And this must be the tower, because every tower needs a blue building or a different color building attached. So that is a tower, and that is an energy core. Right! 2 markets! So we have a mine, which means one of those must be an energy core. Let's start with colors. This does only have diagonals, so it must be red. This only has... no, that can be either. This could be either. This could be either. This could be either. This must be blue because there are no diagonals. There's only adjacents. This could be either. So the market does not allow for buildings between towers. So this has to be a tower. Because the market needs towers on diagonal, a blue and a red tower, right? So if this was a tower, it wouldn't count because there's a building in between, so this must be a tower. So this must be a blue tower and this is a red tower because there's no other diagonals for this market. So that's a red tower and that is a blue tower. This market could still have towers here, so this is not necessarily a tower. But the tower is only connected to one red building, so one of those is red and the rest is blue. If this was red, this is only connected to one red building. So yeah, one of those three needs to be red. But this can't be blue, right? Or it could be a blue energy core. But it can't be a house. But it could be a red house. This can't be an energy core, I think. But it could be though. Oh! This has to be blue, right? Because if it was red, then this had to be red. Because that's the only diagonal connection. Yeah, this has to be blue. And if this is blue, then one of those has to be blue. If this was blue... No, let's not think like that. Let's say this was blue as well. One of those would have to be an energy core. Damn, this is difficult. I feel like I'm missing something very obvious. A blue village could still have a tower, which would make these red, with a tower and energy core. Wait, no! This can only have one red. So only one of these can be red. So it can't be this one, because it's isolated. So this one has to be red, otherwise these can't connect to anywhere. And this has to be blue. Right? Yeah, there can only one of those can be red. If this is red... No, it connects here, never mind. If this was red, it would connect here as well. If this was red, it would connect to here as well. But this one needs one red. So one of those has to be red. Which means this can't be red. And now this village has only one energy core, which means either this or this. Because the mine needs one. Which means this can't be an energy core. And it can't be a tower. Wait, it could still be a tower. Because this could be red. It could also be a one tower, with this being in a red energy core, technically. But yeah, it can't be an energy core, that is true. So it's a house or a tower. Can this be a tower? Like, can both of those be towers? No. This can't be a tower, because if this is a tower... Never mind. I was thinking of the market, but the market can have multiple connections. But this can't be a red tower, because one of those is an energy core. So, this can't be a red tower. It could be a... Wait a minute. This can't be a red tower. Which means this must be a red tower. Because this market needs a red tower either here or here. Since this can't be one, because this can only be one red, which is an energy core, this must be a red tower. I have a doubt. The rule of the blue tower is next to an energy core, right? Yeah, every tower needs to be next to an energy core, which makes this the energy core, since we just found the tower. Which makes this blue. And one of those is the energy core. Which makes these either towers or houses. Since there is no red tile, both of those are houses. Since this house these already have one house each. Which means this is the energy core. Yeah, and then this is a tower. Because there's no other houses. 20 levels without making mistakes. Damn, how long is this demo? I guess this will be the first and last game we play today. I thought it would be a lot shorter. I feel like they explained the concept in the first 10 levels already, but I take it. Alright, we have a mine here, which makes this an energy core, because it needs one. This also has no connections, which makes it a blue energy core. Since it has 2 buildings in the village, it needs to be blue and blue. The market can have either these 2 towers or these 2 towers. This can't be a tower, which makes it a house. There could be a red house here. So this is not necessarily a house. Could still be a tower. No, it can't be a tower because there's no red buildings. So this is a house as well. Damn, already one village clear. Which makes this red because the village is already full. And this can't be a house because there's already a house. The houses are full. So this can only be an energy core or tower. What else do we have? This is red or blue. This is red or blue. 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 That red is tower because of the market. It doesn't have to be. Wait, actually, yeah, it does. You're right. Because that is a house. So this, even if this was a tower, it doesn't count. So this is a blue tower. That's a red tower. Which makes this a energy core. But which color? This one has 2 red buildings. Which could be... Wait, this one? Oh, this has 1 blue building, which means that's already full. Which makes both of those red. And there is 3 red buildings, which means there is another one here. This one has 2 red buildings, which means both of those are blue. This could still be another tower. But this can't be a tower because there's no energy core. And this needs another house, which could be a blue house if there was one, but there's not diagonally. So this has to be a house. And there's 2 houses, which is this one and this one. Right. And then... we need an energy core on one of those. What is this? This has to be blue. Because there's no more red connections. And this can't be a house. Because it's isolated. It could be a tower. It can't be a tower because there's no energy core. So it has to be an energy core, which makes this a house. And then this is a house as well. Alright! Not a market, it's 3 marines. Right, this is red because it's isolated. This one could be either. These could be either. This one is blue because there's no diagonal connection. This one could be either. This one could be either. This one can only be red. No, it could also be blue. No one. Let's see. So one of those has to be... 2 of those have to be towers. If this was a tower and this was a tower... then we could have an energy core here. If these 2 were towers... if these 2 are towers, then there must be a red energy core here. If these 2 are towers, then there must be a blue energy core here. Wait a minute. Why are these not marked? Oh, it needs to be in between. Interesting. So we have 2 mines. There could technically be 2 energy cores. 1 blue and 1 red. There can't be 3 energy cores. Because they would be connected. If there's an energy core here... Wait a minute, towers also need energy cores next to them. So if these 2 are towers... then either of those could be energy cores. And either of those. If these 2 are towers... then these 2 are energy cores. Oh, this is the blue one and this is the red one. That one is kinda hard. We definitely need some kind of blue village somewhere, right? Where do I put the energy cores? Like if let's go through it again. We have 2 towers. If this was the towers, then there would be a red energy core here, which puts the blue energy core here, here, or here. Wait, no, if that is the tower, the blue energy core could just be here. Damn! I have no clue. Right now. If these 2 are towers and this is the red energy core, it would mean that these... That doesn't mean anything. Could still be anywhere. But these 2 are not energy cores, that is all we know. If this is one... No, they don't need to be in the same village. They could be in their own village. If this is an energy core, then this needs to be a tower because they don't have any houses. Wait, no, this can't be a blue village. This can't be a blue village because we don't have any connections. Because if this is a tower, it needs either a red connection or a blue connection. No, it needs a red connection. If it's a house, it needs a blue connection. So that's not a blue village. So these are red. This will definitely help. Somehow. So, since this is red now, this needs to be red as well, otherwise there is no village. So now... This could still be either, but this one can... No, this could still be either as well. If this was an energy core, this one would be isolated. So this can't be an energy core, right? And it can't be a tower because it has no blue connection. So it's a red house. And it has only one more house, which makes it this a house or this a house. So one of them is a house and one of them is an energy core, which makes this red. And now we can't have 2 energy cores. So the only way for the mines to have energy cores is if this is an energy core, which makes this towers and this is red energy core. Bottom red is energy core. Is it? Because of the gold mine. Oh yeah, true. That is what I just deducted from the other things. That's why this was an energy core. Right. That was the only way for the gold mines. Which makes this a house. And then... this one still needs a blue building, which makes this blue. This could still be a house, because there's a red house next to it. It could also be a tower. And this one can not be... Wait, that could also be a house. If both of those are houses. And both can be towers as well. What the hell? If this is a tower, it connects to blue and to the energy core. If this is a tower, it connects to blue, to the energy core, and to red. If this is a house, it connects to the house. And if this is a house, it connects to the house. Bottom red is house because the white tower needs a red house. No, it doesn't. Towers don't need houses. Bottom red is house because the white tower needs a red house. No, no, no. This just means there's a blue building attached. The bottom red is a house because it does not have an energy core next to it. Oh! True, I was confused. I thought this was connected, but it's not. It needs an energy core, you're correct. Yeah, that's probably what it meant as well. The energy core, not the house. So this is a house, which makes this a house. Good job, chat. Good job. Okay, 2 mines. And a bunch of things that can be energy cores. This is either that's blue, that's blue, that's blue, that's blue. That could be either, and that is blue. Now this is... It can't be red, right? Like, can it? No, this is red and this is red, which makes this an isolated blue. So it can't be red. So this is blue as well. So we have a very large village here. This could be red. And this... It has to be red because... There's no connection to blues. So the village needs 3. If there's no connection to blue village... Wait, no. If this is blue, these 2 can be red. Which makes this a tower and this an energy core. And then this would be an energy core. Which isolates this one, so this can't be an energy core. If this is blue, but it could be red. If this is blue, then this is the energy core, which makes this houses, which makes this a tower, which makes this an energy core. If this is red, then this can't be an energy core. But it can still be this, which makes this the energy core. Or if this is the energy core, then these can be houses. And this is the energy core as well. I got confused. I thought the red tower needs a red house, but red tower need blue houses, so the blue tower need red houses. And the red tower need blue houses. No. The towers... a tower needs one building of each color. So it's not relevant if it's a house, energy core, or tower. The tower only cares about colors, and it needs one of each. That's tricky. Wait. If this was red, then this was red. But if this is red, then this is red. But there's no... Why there's a blue connection. It could be... These could be red because there is a blue connection here. So this could be a tower with an energy core here. Wait a minute. Oh, I have an idea. That's a cool trick. So, the energy cores need to be here somewhere, right? Which means these three can't be energy cores. And the only one that has a red building that could have a red building is this one. So these two must be houses. Now this needs two houses, which makes this a house. And this needs two houses, which makes this a house. Which makes this an energy core, because this only has one house. One, two, three, four, five. So this can't be a house because it's isolated. Wait, it could be if this is a red house. Oh no, this needs to be an energy core, no. No. Yes, this is a red energy core. Which makes this a tower. So these two are houses. Because if this was a tower, there would be no blue house. And there's two red houses, so these are definitely red. And because there's no other energy core, this must be a house. Because there's a one, this is a house as well. Now this only has one house, which makes this not a house. And definitely not blue. So it's a not a blue house. And it's a not house and not blue. Which makes it a tower or energy core. And this is a tower or energy core as well. This must be red. So these can't be houses. Which one is the tower is the question. This one. Wait, it could be a house too. But it can't be an energy core because this doesn't connect to anything. So this is the energy core. And now this is a house or a tower. It can't be a house because of the blue house. So it must be a tower. There we go. Oh god, there's so much. I did not think that we would spend 3 hours on this game. I thought this was like a 30-minute game. But it is fun. I do like puzzles. Okay, there's only 2 possibilities for this market. And there's only one energy core here, which can only be a blue one. Because of the mine and no red connections. This needs 4 blues. And there's only one line, which makes all of those blue. Which means both of these can only be red. And only this can be a tower, which makes all of these houses. And this can't be a tower. Because there's no red connections and because of the house numbers. So this must be a red energy core because of the mine. Which makes this towers. Damn, I'm zooming! Look at that! And this needs 2 blue connections, which makes this blue. This has no reds. No, it could be. If this was red, then this was also red, which isolates this, so both of these need to be blue. Right? Double check. This one can't be isolated, so these can't be red. Yeah. This tower needs 3 reds in those 4 tiles. This can't be a power core because it would isolate these. Wait, no, that's not true. They could both be towers. But this can't be a tower. So this can't be an energy core. Wait. So this can't be... Oh, can't be an energy core. No, it can't be an energy core because it would isolate this. Because this can only be a house. Or an energy core. And this can't be a tower because it has no red buildings. So it must be a house. 2 houses. So both of these are houses. Imagine living there and people exchange addresses via these puzzles. Oh god. I think it's more like it's an alien civilization and we have to figure out the function of the buildings, so I don't think they need to exchange addresses in that way. I think they know what the buildings are. We are here to figure out the function of the alien species. And we deduce them by the layout of the society. It's a very cool concept. So this needs 2 houses. So one of these is a house. But not both of them. So one of them is not a house. And one of them... Wait, if this needs another house... And this only has 1 blue. Then these must both be blue, because this village needs an energy core and a house. And it can't be these 2, because then this would not have 3 reds. So these 2 must be blue. Wait, what? Did I misclick? I did not misclick. Wait, what? This tower needs 3 red buildings, so all of these need to be red. This house needs another house. Oh, it's a red house! No! That always gets me. Question mark is blue energy core. This one. Yeah. So the thing that I was confused about, I thought 2 must be... Wait, 2? Yeah, there must be 1 more house, but I forgot that it could be a red house, so this is a red house. Which makes this the energy core. Anyway, that was clear from the beginning, kind of, because of the tower. As Itch mentioned. I will call you Isk. Isk is easier to pronounce. Isk 10. So this needs 2 houses, which it already has this one, which makes this a house. This only has 1 house, which makes this the energy core. Which makes this a tower, and this an energy core. Oh, it's already over. Damn, I regret making those mistakes. He's Batman. 3 Marines. That's a blue or red. That's blue. That's blue or red, but it can only be blue because otherwise there would not be a village. This can be either. This can only be blue, which makes this blue as well, which makes this blue. You read letter by letter. IJSK and IJ are my initials, and SK stands for Saravana Kumar. Why are you doxing yourself? Then I will say IJSK. Alright, these are blue, and then this could be either. This could be either still. This could be either. This could be only red. This could only be red. This could be either. Wait, why is this only red? This could have been blue as well. Oops. Mistakes were made. This could have been blue, right? But if it was blue, then this was blue. Oh, this has to be blue. No. Could be either. This can be either. This can be either. This can be either. Okay, so 2 Marines, 4 mines total. Rightmost blue is the power core because it is. If the left one was the core, then the right one cannot be a tower or house because of the rules. Yeah, that's the classic isolation rule. If this was a energy core, then this would be isolated. Then this has to be the energy core. That is very correct. And now we have a 2, which makes this blue. Oops, there was a mistake. It doesn't count. No, I thought it was set to blue. Well, unfortunate with achievements. So this can't be a tower because there's no reds, which makes it a house. Which makes this 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 red because there's only 2. There's only 3 in this village, so this is red and this is red. 4 houses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4 houses is 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, now I know, but I don't want to use it. God damn it. Kohari, stop kicking random things. Forgot about the things you just learned. This is actually not red. Don't think about it. So this needs a house. This could be the house. could also be other things. It can't be a tower. Wait, this needs to be the energy core for the mine. Which makes this a house. Which makes this not a house. It's a not house. But it is blue. Which makes it a tower. Because you can't have two energy cores and no more houses. Which makes this red. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. There's a fourth one, which is either of those. These still need an energy core. And a house. So one of them is a house and one of them is an energy core. But that also means that both of these are red. So now we figured this one out, which we guessed earlier. Wait, no, that's not true. It could still be blue. Could be a blue house. Which would count for this one. Then this would be the energy core. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, it could be a blue house. This one has... Right now I know, because this is already red, but I don't want to use it. Because now that this is red, this can't be... Oh, it could still be blue, actually. The hell? So one of those is an energy core and one of those is an energy core. If this is an energy core... Wait, this has to be blue, right? Yeah, there's no red connection. Wait, there is a red connection. So if this is an energy core... Wait, if this is red, then this has to be red. And then there's only two reds with no connections, so these can't be red. If this is red, then this has to be red. Oh, this has a connection. This could be a red tower. Now it can't though, because these two are blue. So they must be connected. Because there's no other connections. Which makes this not red. Which makes this not an energy core. Which makes this an energy core. Now we have it. That's a 3, which means this is red. If either of the left question mark is red, the other one must be 2 because of isolation, but both villages are too large, meaning there would need to be 2 cores, but there can only be 1. Yeah, that's what we just did. We are thinking alike. How did you find this game, Yadadia? I'm surprised, it didn't even have a trailer. Was it just in one of your recommendeds for the Steam Next test? So this could be a tower, but these can't be towers because they are not connected to the energy core, which makes them houses. Let's say 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes this a house. It's a 3, 1, 2, 3, which makes this a house, which makes this the energy core. Okay, level 29. I hope it goes to 30. And not more. We spent way too much time already. I can't believe that we started the stream so late and we can only play one game. I can't believe we played this game for 3 hours. That's crazy. I feel like the devs should probably make the demo shorter. You already get your entire fill. I guess it will be more complexity for release as well. Okay, there's only 2 chances for energy cores. Both of those are blue. Because this can't be a single blue, it can only be blue. And it can't be isolated, which makes this an energy core. And then there's 5 blues, which makes this blue. Definitely this one. But it doesn't have to be this or this. It could go here. No, this is... yeah, it could go through here, to the middle. But this can not be an energy core. It could be a tower. This can't be a tower. I like the game called Hexels, which has very similar concept, so I wanted to try it. Oh. Hexagons are the bestagons. Very nice. Okay. So now we have 2 houses here. This could still be a tower if this is red. That is an isolated tile which needs to be red. This can only be red. This one can only be blue. This one can be either. This one can only be red. And this one can be either. I've been working forever, but now I'm here. How is it going? Thank you for hanging out, Barry. It is going great. I really like the puzzle. But the demo is very long. We've been here for 3 hours and the demo is still not over. It is a very complicated puzzler that is like Minesweeper. You have to figure out the alien buildings based on a set of rules. Okay, so this is red for sure. So since these 2 are red, they could be connected to a blue building, so it's not guaranteed that the other ones are red. This one definitely needs more blues, but it could be connected to these, right? Wait a minute, if this only can have 2 buildings, 2 houses, then only one of those can be blue. Actually, no. What if they are all... Wait, it's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it was... If these 2 were blue, then this would have too many houses. If these 2 are blue, it has too many houses as well. Because only this can be a tower. So... this has to be blue. And this has to be blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So these 2 need to be red. So these 2 need to be houses. Oh, I made the same mistake again. They can be red houses. Red houses count for the number. But this has to be a house. But all of these has to be houses. Because they can't be towers. Because the tower needs to be connected to the core. And there's only 1 core. 3 houses. 1, 2, 3. So this is a house. Which saturates this. Which means this is a tower. And 3, 1, 2, 3 makes this a house. 1, 2, 3 makes this a house. Makes this a red house. And this a red house because the blue set village is already done. And then this has 2 houses, which is 1, 2 makes this a house. Makes this an energy core because the village has no energy core yet. And then this house needs... Oh, it already has a house. So this can't be a house. And this house already has a house as well. So these two can both not be houses. And this can't be a tower because there's no blue building. So this is the energy core and this is the tower. Here we go. Unnecessary mistake. Right, this must be the last level, right? For the demo. It's been so long. Okay. That's another gold mine. So one of those is an energy core. This one can be blue or red. This one can be blue or red. This one can only be blue. Because there's no diagonals. This one could be either. This one can only be blue. Same reason. This one could be either. But this can't be isolated. So either this is blue or this is blue. And if this is blue, well, they could both be blue. If only this is blue, it's fine. If only this is blue, it's still fine because it could be an energy core and a tower with this red building here. And then these would be a separate village. After you beat this, there appears a number left to the menu, 1%. For the demo, you mean? Surely not. These markets are interesting. This market only has 1 chance for towers, so both of these are towers. Oh, that's cool. This can only be a blue tower. This can only be a red tower. Because it has only adjacents and no diagonals. Same with this. This needs 3 blue buildings. And this needs 1 red building. And they both have 1 more connection. If this was the red building, this would be the energy core. And then this would be red as well. If this was the blue building, it would be an energy core that would isolate this. So it can't be. So this must be a blue energy core, right? No! Wait, it is an energy core but not blue? Oh, because this can be red. Why did I think this could be blue? No, I don't want that information. I'm gonna restart to forget that. You saw nothing. This is blue, this is blue. This is a blue tower. And this is a red tower. You saw nothing, Jed. Shush. Okay. This market has so many options. So if this is a blue energy core, then this is red. If this is a blue energy core, this can't be blue. because it would be isolated, but it can be red. If this is a blue energy core, there could be a blue village here. No, if this is a blue energy core, then this needs to be red. But this one can't be red. Oh, there's no diagonals! Why did I not see that? So this has to be the energy core. God damn it. The building top of Blue Tower can only be blue, you missed that. Yeah, that's the one that I just figured out. It's funny that you guys always write exactly the moment I figure it out. But I guess we are thinking on the same wavelengths. Right, this is only one, so both of these are red. And because this needs 3 blue buildings, all of these are blue. Which makes this the energy core. But we got there anyway, without cheating. Three. So it's this one, and this has to be red as well then. Which makes this both houses, because it can't be towers without blue connections. The nodding emoji works on the same tag of the music. It does! Almost. Very nice. Okay. So this can't be an isolated blue. Oops. So this needs to be blue as well. This can't be isolated, but it could be a separate village. If this is red, but this can't be red, which makes this blue. These could be red. This can't be an energy core, and it can't be a tower, which makes it a house. It has 2 houses, which make both of these houses. This could be a red house, but this can't be. This could still be an energy core if this is also a blue one. Actually, you can finish the other markets. Can't be here. Can't be here. You are correct. So that is a blue tower, red tower, and that's a blue tower, which makes this red, which makes this the energy core. So this village is complete, which makes this red, which makes this the energy core, which makes this blue, which makes this red, which makes this a house, which makes this a house, this a house. And then 1, 2, 3. This still needs an energy core. So this is an energy core. And then this is a house, because it needs 2 houses. Damn, look at that. You've completed all demo levels. Thanks for playing. Wishlist feedback close. I kinda want to put this on my wishlist. It's kinda, I don't know if it's a good streaming game. But it's definitely interesting. Very cool. Quit. That was Alien Cartographer. And you already see there's other colors as well. So there's more rules to have in the full version. I wish it would be a little bit more appealing visually. It's like very Hmm, very basic. But it is very cool. Right. And what is this? The hell? Why is this on the wish list? And why did it lock me in into the wrong account? I'm glad I didn't leak that. Wait, what? How is that possible? I clicked the wishlist button and it was a URL instead of putting me into Steam. I'm logged into Steam, click the wishlist button and it locks me into a different account on the browser. Instead of just wishlisting the game in the in the account that I'm logged into. The hell? How dare you? Okay, Alien Cartographer. I wonder what it will cost when it comes out. Let's just see, let's just follow it to see what happens. Right, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. I feel like I should end the stream here, but I want to play one more demo at least. So it's fine. Let's just take one that doesn't take as long. What else did we have? We had Astronova, Cuplex, Metamorphosis. I still have one that just installed. Maybe we should. No, that will take too much time. Nah, I think all the other demos that take too long. I need to sleep. I will just screw up my sleep schedule again. Well, unfortunately, you could only play one game. But that is fine. That's how it goes sometimes. That is how it goes sometimes. Let me get a beak again. Boop. Medium. Medium Kohari says hello. Alright, guys. Let's close this. And see if there's someone else playing demos. That we can raid them. Wait, is there a new Warframe update? Oh god. If I start playing Warframe, probably not gonna do anything else for very long times. Not gonna do that. What do we have? What do we have? Who do we have? Who can we raid? Ezekiel is playing demos. Maybe we should say hi to Zeke. Oh, Naomi is... Wait, what is this? If I swear I end the stream. Who else? Is someone in the games and demos category? Maybe some VTuber? VTuber in games. Wait, what is that? Day 13 of Subathon demo days. What is that? Panorama TV. That's kinda cute, I guess. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's see. Just a random VTuber that also plays demos. Wait, who was it? Oh god. Tenorama TTV. Tenorama TTV. Raid. Tenorama TTV. Games and demos. Also a VTuber with a little pet on top with a very cute model. Hopefully that will be suitable for your taste, chat. So thank you all for hanging out. We will start the raid. The raid message is the usual: a gentle breeze, a gentle wave sweeps over from the abyss. Or sweeps in. I don't know. A gentle wave sweeps in from the abyss. Only some wave. That's the raid message. And thank you all for hanging out and keeping me company and puzzling with me on this little ride on the demo days. And tomorrow, hopefully, we will have more time for other demos. I did not think that a small puzzler like that would take 3 hours, but that has been it. Thank you all for being here. And no poop pants, Jim the Dandy, it is over. Bye bye, bye. Stay for the raid and say hi. Bye.